Welcome to Deadly Dames. I hope you're all doing well. I haven't been doing pickup videos at all because I've been getting rid of more than I've actually been getting. But I'd be absolutely telling you lies if I said I don't buy things still, because I do. But I figured since the wee pile that I've got here's got big enough to justify a video, I would do one for you. So normally I do sort of step-by-step guide on my sculpts that I've been buying when I paint them, but I've actually completely forgot to do it on the last few ones, so I'll show you what the sculpts are and who did them, because they're really talented guys and hopefully you like them. The ones I buy are unpainted, but I believe both of them, Andy Cope definitely paints them for folk, but I'm not sure about Tony Gibson, but Andy will definitely paint them for you and get them out to you. I just really enjoy painting them myself. So first up, I've got a couple of model kits from Tony Gibson. So this is the boat zombie from Zombie Flesh Eaters. How could I forget it? I'm actually looking at Zombie 2 on the back as well. You think I would know. But this is the boat zombie. I like Andy's stuff because they're very unique. Even the texture, like you could see this was handcrafted. I just think it's really good. He does things that other people don't tend to go near. And I really enjoyed painting this one. As you can see from the background, I have already done the worm zombie, and I did do a step-by-step for that one. I just, as I said, completely forgot for this one. And this one. This is another Tony Gibson one, and this is the maggot zombie from Burial Ground. I had a lot of fun with this one. I actually ended up using colours in it I didn't think I would use. So, for example, you'll see there's quite a bit of bronze. It just ended up looking better with the bronze on it. Hopefully it's shown well in the video. Hopefully it's kind of out of focus. But yeah, really love Tony's stuff. I'm actually currently halfway through a burning one, which again I forgot to record. But I just love his stuff. I'm going to be buying some more off him when I get paid, because I'm not made of money. I wish I was. But so I'm going to be buying some more stuff off of him. The other one I've got here is a painted again. Claire painted it before I could say stop to do a video. This is Claire's paint, this isn't mine. And this is Andy Cope's sculpt of Hellboy. He still has some of these, so if you're interested, he's if you go and join the Deadly Dames Facebook page, I'll put a link on it anyway. It should be on the link in our description. You can, so it's Deadly Dames Driving, if anybody's looking for it. I can get you a direct link to get this stuff from them. So yeah, Claire painted Hellboy. I think she's done an absolutely amazing job with it. And I did actually just receive in today a couple of sculpts from Andy Cope for myself. With it being Halloween, I figured let's get some of these pumpkin sculpts. So he's done 4. He did a scarecrow, one that kind of looks like Sam from Trick or Treat, but it's not him. It's just a similar kind of body shape, like a wee body and a pumpkin head. And then he did this cute little pumpkin here. It wasn't expensive for this one, so I thought, oh, I'm going to do this little cute guy. And then the other one I got is... this one's called the Jack Pumpkin. I'm guessing it's kind of similar to Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas. I nearly said Nightmare on Elm Street. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to painting these two. I've got loads left as well. I just really enjoy the sculpts. Okay, so I have got a couple of books which I've picked up as well. You should know that, you might know that I like Joe Hill. I think I've spoken about Joe Hill in separate videos. Amazing author. I do recommend it if you've never read any of his books, that you definitely give them a go. Nosferatu I think is my favourite one. Then probably Heart-Shaped Box. And then Horns obviously was made into a movie. You'll know them if you've seen Lock and Key on Netflix. He did the original graphic novel. Graphic novel's far better than the TV series. The TV series chickened out with the ending. In the graphic novel it's much more graphic, we always say, so it's much bloodier. It's certainly a better ending, so I recommend it that you go and read it. I know why Netflix did it. They were hoping for a second series, but it would have been better as a limited series. So yeah, he did this graphic novel called A Basket Full of Heads. He's done 3 of them. I can't find where Claire's, but the second one, the third one's not out yet. The second one's called Dollhouse. I've not fully read it. Initially, all 3 of them there's a wee magazine that came out with sneak peeks in them, and I've read them. Claire's read this and said this is better than Dollhouse, this is the better one, so it's on my list to read. I've also got, well, Claire got me this. So it's A Great and Secret Show. Again, Clive Barker's another author that I absolutely love. I have read the novel, and the novel is absolutely massive. It's like bigger than my fingers can go. It's humongous. When you write a novel, obviously a lot of the chapters are spent describing things. So when you do a graphic novel, some of that description is taken away because there's pictures to show it instead. But this is still that size, so that gives you an understanding that when there's drawings and pictures replacing description, that is still a big book. That's how far through I am. Really enjoying it again. I really enjoyed the book. The only thing is, this is a lead character, and in the book I pictured him being tall and lanky, but in the graphic novel they made him small, kind of scrawny, and got a big head. But I still picture him as big and lanky, so I'm having a bit of trouble moving over to seeing him like this, but I'm really enjoying it. And then we got a couple of other ones. So Imaginary Fiends, this is written by the same guy that did Hack Slash, and I absolutely love Hack Slash. This didn't have the same pulling power as Hack Slash did. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't glued to it, and I certainly wasn't wanting more, but it was still quite good. And then absolutely love again Harrow County. If you've never read Harrow County, would you say it's a spook story? It's a bit of witch, but not about a witch as well. It's hard to describe without giving too much away. This is a spin-off story of it, so it's not the Harrow County that was the original 8. I think it was 8 graphic novels that's finished. This is a spin-off. I haven't had a chance to read this one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And then down to the movies. Try to get them in some sort of order here. So, I've not been buying as many movies. I only really want to have the ones that I love and will rewatch. I did take a chance on 2 at the bottom here, and I'll explain why. But first up, we've got A Little Monster. So this is a release from Vestron Video. We don't get as many Vestron Videos releases in the UK as the US does. I'm going to guess it's rights issues. But I grew up absolutely loving this movie. And you know, I never noticed until I watched the extra on this with Howie Mandel, if I'm saying this right. Yeah, Howie Mandel. That how much he's like Beetlejuice. Like with his energy, and he's kind of in your face. It wasn't until he said it, I was like, oh yeah, you kind of is like Beetlejuice. But I absolutely love this movie, grew up watching it, still love it. I'm really glad it's finally got a decent UK release. Not a lot of extras on it yet. I was a wee bit surprised at that, but there's really not many extras on it, but it's a good, I watched it, it's a good restoration. Then I bought HMV's exclusive Nightmare on Elm Street box set. I thought that this would have more on it than it actually does. The restorations are quite good. They're not overly different from the other Blu-ray release. You do get a booklet in it, which is good, so you can see there's a bit more love being given to it than the other release, which is tiny and crap looking. The funniest thing about the other one is not one of the discs have the right picture to go with the right film, and you think that they would have done a bit of investigation before releasing a box set for which picture should be with which film, but I always find that dead funny. This one at least got it right. So, well, based on the ones I've watched anyway. Not a lot of extras that are different in it. I still would like to see this this series get much more love. I can live in hope. Right. Doctor Sleep. I'm on the lookout for the director's edition. Can't find it anywhere that's not extortionate, so I'll hold off until we get another release over here. When I first seen Doctor Sleep at the cinema, I thought they did a really good job of adapting it from the book. It's a hard book to adapt. Anything where it jumps from place to place to place is a hard thing to put to film. It's easier in the book, but it's hard to put to film, and I think they did a really good job of it. I didn't think at the time that it was a masterpiece, but I recently watched this in a double bill with The Shining, and I much more enjoyed it. I thought it was a much better movie. So, Doctor Sleep, really enjoyed it. These 2 were birthday gifts. So my dad got me Joker. As you know from my top 10 last year, this was number 1. It was number 1 for a reason. It is a masterpiece. I haven't rewatched it since the cinema though, so I might change my mind, but I still... Sorry guys, wee interruption. Mother phoned. You can't ignore mum's phone. So I've only got 4 more things to go anyway, so it'll be really quick. The other one for my birthday that my sister got me was Birds of Prey. This is proper cheese. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I do like Margot Robbie's vision of Harley Quinn. I think she is really good at it. This movie's far better than Suicide Squad, although Suicide Squad is a guilty pleasure movie for me. And this is also guilty pleasure. So, you know, I've watched this a few times since getting it and I still love it. And Ukgk, I think I've been knocking it out the park lately, especially when it comes to comparing them to Arrow, for example, where I haven't bought a single title from them. Powerhouse Films are also doing pretty well. A couple of 88 announcements have been good as well, and my god, I completely forgot the name of the other company. What they called? Where's your stuff? I cannot see anything by them. No, can't see it, so I can't tell you the name of them. But that'll come back to me probably after the video. But yeah, so the Ukgk one I picked up is 976 Evo, directed by Robert Englund. My brain stopped working now, but directed by Robert Englund. It's not a masterpiece, but it is like proper cheese, entertainment. Been a while since I've seen it, so I might watch it and go, oh my god, what was I thinking? But I still really enjoy this movie from what I can remember. And then these two I got from Strange Vice. Now Strange Vice, they normally are on the... Oh man, I really need to start this video again. But Strange Vice are on the convention scene. They tend to go to all of the conventions. This year, obviously, they've not been able to with everything that's happened. I've missed being able to go to their stall and see what they have, because they have more sort of obscure titles, movies that you don't ever see really. They tend to do a lot of foreign ones made for video, things like that, sort of ones that have gone under the radar. So I thought I'd have a wee look at their website, see what they had. Recommend, if you've never looked at Strange Vice website, you go and have a look, because there's always such interesting titles on there. But what I picked up was 2 that looked very funny. Just movies that were so cheesy they had to be good. I was taking a chance with them because I've never seen them before. I've done that before with Strange Vice and it's worked out. There was actually more that I wanted, but because they are sort of more obscure titles, they do tend to cost a wee bit more. I wish I had the money to do it, but I don't. So the ones I went for was Space Wolf. Now this is a foreign movie. I haven't watched it yet because I need to be in the right frame of mind for subtitles. But it just looked so silly that I needed to have it. Space Wolf, come on. We've had sharks, we've had Jason, we've had Pinhead, let's have a wolf. And the next one we've got, I have watched this, is Frankie and His Pals. This was highly entertaining. It's a movie, as it says on the back, that was lost for 30 years. It doesn't really exist in any other format. I think it came straight from VHS over, if I'm honest with you. Just try to see if there's anything else on here that says that. No, it doesn't say, but it does say it was lost for 30 years. It's basically about Frankie and his pals who were locked in a cave-in, and they finally get free and they go to a Halloween party, and what happens when they get there. There's even a rap in it, and I was like, oh, this is brilliant. There's a Frankie rap. Definitely recommend, if you can still get this, to give it a watch. Don't expect anything amazing. It's straight to video release. It's not got the best quality, would you expect for straight to video, but it's definitely worth a watch if you've got that sort of sense of humour. But yeah, I mean, the only other thing that I got was a job lot of autographs. I'd love to show you them, but they're all in different folders now, and I'd just be sitting here for ages trying to show you them. Basically what happened, as I said, I've been missing the convention scene. I was really looking forward to Sheffield's HorrorCon because I wanted to meet Ski Archett and Kathy and Isabel. Obviously, because everything that's happened, the convention scene never happened at all this year. So when I seen that London Film and Comic Con were doing, I don't know if you call them bids, but basically they were putting up an autograph saying there was 10 of them. The first 10 people to claim was going to win them. I got kind of excited because London guests are always way better than Scottish guests or places that me and Claire can get to. So I thought, oh, this is a perfect opportunity for me to get autographs of people that I've never been able to get. So I got a wee bit carried away, started bidding on things, or claiming, whatever you want to put. The first lot that I won, it arrived with half of them missing. So I had to get in contact with them. They did get the other half out. They've got different departments, so there's like the Imperial sign, there's like a Star Trek one, I did buy one on Star Trek and that one arrived, there was no issues. The next lot that arrived almost went missing because the address on it was completely, it was just my name and my postcode. So I don't even know how it got here, but it did. My postman was like, is this you? There wasn't very many in that lot though. The 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th didn't arrive at all. So I ended up getting in contact with them. The first thing they told me was I'd given them a different address, which is a load of rubbish. In fact, the first thing they told me is they gave me the postal reference and I searched it and it had been delivered to Manchester. I basically had to dispute with them. I was like, I don't live in Manchester, how you can mix up Scotland and Manchester is beyond me. Then they tried to tell me that I'd given them the Manchester address. Looked back through my messages, never given you another address. And then they were like, oh well, maybe it's because originally what happened is I bid a second lot, a third lot in Claire's name, and they mixed Claire with another Claire Louise, and they basically sent us stuff to pay for that was actually hers. So then they were like, so then we said to them, could it be you've mixed us up with this other lassie? To which they said yes. Then they came back and said no. So anyway, this went back and forth for ages, and eventually I had to raise PayPal disputes to get my money back, and I'd managed to get them refunded. It was a lot of money. As I said, I went a bit mad. I got a bit, you know what it's like when you're on eBay and you bid on something and then someone outbids you and then you bid again because you're like, how dare they outbid me when technically you could probably go buy it cheaper. So it's a bit like that. I got a bit carried away. So I actually just got the last PayPal one back this week, and that's how long it's been going on for, because that was August. The last one I got back, they even refused to deal with me. I basically told me let PayPal deal with it, so I had to take it from a dispute to a claim, and PayPal sided with me based on, well, they had never posted the blooming thing. So anyway, I got all the money back from that. I will never buy from London Film and Comic Con again. I know that some people have had no issues, but I also have read stuff online where other people have the same issues. I think they've bitten off more than they can chew. I think that they probably should have just opened a shop rather than doing it the way they are, because they get mixed up with things. It's hard to keep notice when you're doing a week thing where bidding on so many and then you've got to try and contact people to pay. It would have been so much easier had they just gave people a shop where you go and pay and then it doesn't get mixed up, but by and by. So anyway, I had extra money. I felt a bit bad because I'd bought autographs for Claire. I bought autographs that my sister and her husband had wanted, and then obviously we weren't getting them, so I decided I'd have a wee look and see if I could find on the internet and on groups online replacements for them. And there was a guy selling a whole load of stuff. Unfortunately, he needed to sell it due to the current circumstances. It was a job lot. He had proof for a lot of them. Not all of them, because he did tell me that some of the stuff he'd also got in a job lot, so he didn't know how genuine they were. But he had photographs, he had proof of the COAs, or what they're called, the certifications, from genuine places and not made up ones. So I thought, you know what, I've got extra cash that's come back from this. I'm disappointed by the fact that I didn't get them. So I did a job lot and bought quite a few things off them. There's too many for me to go through them all for you. I got a really good deal for them, that's the only reason I did it. Certainly less than what I'd paid to London Film and Comic Con anyway. If you do want me to go through them all, obviously I'd do it in a different video, just let me know. But other than that, hopefully you've enjoyed everything that I've picked up. And you want to ask anything, let me know. And hopefully, as I said, you are all keeping well. And take care.